gamers? Naxit here, doing a little review of a game that I stumbled across, and just wanted to show some love to the devs, try to get the word out a little bit more, and if you're anything like me, I think you're really going to enjoy this game. Today we're going to play, I'm going to play about an hour of Bane. Currently on Steam, it is a demo, so it is currently free to play, but it is definitely in a development stage, so bugs and all that kind of fun stuff come along with it. But hey, it's currently a free demo, so why not show them some love, give it a try. I think you'll really enjoy this. If you've played anything like DayZ, Project Zomboid, anything of that nature, this is going to be right up your alley. Those two games I have spent quite a lot of time in. I'm actually afraid to check my Steam hours on DayZ and Project Zomboid because, again, put in a lot of time in those. So the way that I've seen this one described is basically like a 3D or first-person, third-person type version of Project Zomboid. If you have ever played that, it's kind of a top-down camera. So this really does feel a lot like Project Zomboid, but again, with the first-person or third-person. You can actually switch pretty easily just with the mouse wheel. So thought I'd play a little bit today. I have played this a little bit, so I'm kind of familiar with the mechanics. So I do just want to kind of show you a few things, give you an idea of what the game is like, and I probably will cut out a lot of the boring stuff, just to try to give you an idea of what's going on. So we're going to start a brand new game. You do have the standard mode or sandbox. I've only messed around with the sandbox for a few minutes. It's actually pretty cool. It's like a farm. Yeah, like a farm. And it's got all the different workbenches and all the different items around, different cars, stuff like that. So you can actually get a chance to mess around with everything. And so that when you play the regular version, you'll have an idea of what's going on. Or you happen to run into something in the game and didn't get to really test it out before you died or something like that, which I have definitely done a lot of. You can go in there and mess around with it, test it out. So in the basic version, in the new game, there is a multiplayer option here. As far as base damage and structure decay. If you do come in here to the advanced options, you do have a permadeath option. I think the default, basically the way it works, is when you sleep in a bed, that becomes your new respawn. If you die, that character is dead, but your next one will respawn basically at the last spawn point that you set. So that seems to be the way that works from where just from my couple of playthroughs. So you can actually set it up to where zombies only die through headshots. I think that's actually pretty cool. And again, we've got some various other things in here that want to mess with the settings. Now, the character creator in this is actually pretty cool. Those of you that are into, basically making yourself or people all that kind of fun stuff and put them in the game, these devs actually did a really good job with the character creator. So I think you guys will like this. So just to give a quick overview, I'm not going to spend much time discussing stuff you guys have already seen a million times in video games. So we're just going to hit randomize on the name, jump into the character creator. Pretty standard stuff, broken up into your hair, face, body, all that good kind of stuff. Change your body type, skin color, eye color, all that good stuff. When you get into the hair, I'm going to leave this character bald. Again, no slight on the developers at all. But let's see, where's the fun one? I'm sure they're gonna fix this up a little bit later on. I'm sure this isn't a high priority currently, but it just kind of made me chuckle. So just to appease my OCD, I've just been leaving my characters bald. So again, you can come in here and you've got all of your, wonderful sliders. Again, for those of you that just absolutely love to go crazy with the character character creator, this one's got all you need. Trust me. Over to the body as well. You can kind of mess around with it a little bit. But if you really want to customize your face, you are going to be good to go with this character creator. So again, just for the sake of saving time, we're just going to go with the default. Now again, this game is in development. From my understanding, there's only 2 devs working on this, so this is extremely impressive to me. I got in on DayZ in the alpha stage, when it was basically a completely broken mess. So knowing the size of that team and how long it's taken that standalone to develop, to see these games coming out with just a couple or maybe a handful of devs Me personally, I'm extremely impressed. So again, the job that these two developers have done so far, again, I can't give them enough credit. So just a reminder, again, that it is in the development phase, so not all of these things are available. So just a quick little scroll through here. Again, if you're curious, you can feel free to pause it just for the sake of time. I'm not going to go through all of these with you. As you can see, some have not been implemented just yet. But they are pretty standard stuff. There are a couple things in here that I think are pretty cool. The lock picking mechanic does feel a lot like, for me, it's Fallout. I know a lot of people say, well, that's Skyrim, but I honestly didn't play a lot of Skyrim, but the Fallout universe, absolutely. So dismantling all your basics. I'll be extremely interested when they implement the cooking one, just like in DayZ. I'm all about cooking stuff. So for this character, we'll just go agility. Let's see. We'll go lock picking and strength. Now the occupations are actually pretty cool. Again, I'm not going to waste your time going through all these. I'll let you look through them yourself. Hopefully you're interested enough to try out the game. But I'll just do a quick little scroll through. If you're curious, you can pause it, check out these things. But there's a pretty good list. Pretty decent list. Now, my favorite one so far has been the game developer, oddly enough. I'm just after that hot wiring for the sake of this demonstration. Just make sure that we can hopefully get a car going. Haven't really needed the hot wiring so far, more the lock picking just in my playthrough so far. And then this uniqueness, this is if you want to actually make the game a little more challenging. You can see stuff in here like insomnia, lactose intolerant, I think peanut allergy is in here, vegan, vegetarian, stuff like that. So if you want to make the game a little bit more difficult on yourself, you can definitely do that. There's some really interesting ones in here like Sleepwalker. I thought that's pretty interesting. So I might try that out here in a playthrough and just see how that goes. So only two options so far. I've been starting out in Redford and I have gotten lost a couple of times, which has led to a death or two. So we won't talk about that. So I do look forward to trying out this one. I am going to stick to the first one just because I know the area just a little bit and hoping it'll make this demonstration go a little bit smoother. So we'll see how that goes. No promise. And then we'll hit finish. And turn my sound on just so I don't get jumped by some zombies. So the mechanics, again, if you've played Project Zomboid, you are going to feel right at home in this game. It's got all the fun stuff like, taking the blinds down. You're going to wear out your E key playing on keyboard. That's basically the interact button, and you scroll through your options. So just like in Project Zomboid, you'd want to come through. The house that you start in, I have yet to have a zombie in here with me, so I think this is a lot like Project Zomboid, where the starting house is safe for the most part, except for maybe something outside. So me personally, I just always roll through here, so I don't have to worry about something seeing me while I mess around. And again, no zombies in the starter house. So the first thing, of course, you want to do, come through and search everything, which I dig the mechanic so far. You can click on things to get a little bit more information about them. They do have all the items broken up by some pretty interesting and easy to read icons, weapons, armor, consumables, medicine. This is actually ammo, which kind of threw me at first, but I think that's supposed to be more like a magazine with rounds in it, and so on and so forth. So lucked out here actually grabbing a baseball bat. So we'll go ahead and grab that bad boy. Now one thing you can also do is add it to your quick use, basically your quick bar. So as you can see, we have a plunger, you have a quick attack, you hold the button down, throw down a heart attack, or you can block. Now as I said, it's first person or third. You just click the mouse wheel, and it'll switch you into third person. This has been kind of interesting when dealing with cars. So hopefully I won't have to demonstrate that later. So you just go through, be searching for anything you can find, really. I've left the starter house with a pistol and a shotgun, and I've also left the starter house with just a plunger, as you see here. So that's pizza crust. You'll want to check the decay does change from fresh to moldy, so there is that system. Also, whether how hot or cold it is, and how much it helps with your basically your hunger. So speaking of, go ahead and bring this up here. So you have your equipment. Of course, you can equip backpacks, jackets, head protection, gloves. Haven't found any armor just yet, but I have found things like dust mask, things of that nature for your face. Under the medical tab, this will fill up eventually if all sorts of random stuff start happening to you. So just, here's your hunger stat, your thirst stat, pretty straightforward, pretty standard. It does have a RPG-like stat system, so the more you do, the better you'll get at it. Again, we started out with agility and lockpicking, so we're not horrible at that. And then your character screen. Pretty straightforward stuff. But again, it does look pretty good for something in development, if you ask me. So over here on the side, we have our inventory, and again, you can sort this. Things that you picked up recently, you got your weapons, again, armor, clothing, so on and so forth. So the UI, pretty nice. Seems pretty functional so far. No complaints, really. So the electricity and water, of course, will eventually turn off. So you can do things like filling the sink up. So that way, if the water turns off, you can fill the tub up, I believe, too. Yeah. Wash yourself. You will need to keep yourself clean once you go exploring, run into some craziness. So you want to check your fridges. The cooking system is pretty cool. So it looks like we got some fish, some pork in the freezer. Definitely check your trash cans. So here's the, I guess we'll call it the crafting menu for cooking stuff. So it will kind of tell you what you need for each of these. So that's the way this one works. I personally haven't found anything that I could make. I keep missing this pot. I haven't come across a pot just yet in any of my playthroughs. So if we happen to find one of those, we'll be set. Let's see if we find a pot. But again, this is the cooking kind of crafting menu. There is a farming system on here as well. So you can also fill up your containers. This is probably the only UI system I've run into that I'm not a huge fan of. Once you click on these, you do have to come down here and hit select, as far as I can tell. Then go back in the menu. Next one. Like, there's not a shortcut button to select the container over here. And it just causes a few extra clicks. So I think maybe they could mess with that a little bit. Chocolate chip cookie? Yeah, we can go ahead and it's nothing super interesting in our starter house. This is the first one that I've started in that doesn't have a garage. Taking a look on the outside world. Not a horrible idea to switch to third person. There are running zombies, like sprinters, crawling zombies. This is an interesting part of the location. So this might be a shorter demo than I expected, but we'll see how that goes. Take a trash can. So of course there's some onion seeds. Everybody throws out onion seeds. So we got a moldy peach here. I'm gonna pass on eating that bad boy. In one of my previous playthroughs, I made a mistake and accidentally ate a dead rat. and spent probably the next 45 minutes to an hour trying to recover basically the character's sanity. He was not a huge fan of eating a dead rat. Let's try some combat. Didn't we find a victim? The only one who's sneak. This does take some getting used to, as you can tell. I'm extremely good at melee. Still, of course, it's going to attract everything. Doesn't look like I got injured. Sound is not too bad. Now, this demonstration will hopefully include me finding him. Because the damage that you can do with an axe, yeah, you'll take arms off. If you're good at aiming, take the leg off. You just want to search this house. I hate on me like that. And if you do happen to shoot them, they are somewhat responsive to where you hit them. Oh no. So you'll want to like shift click on items to like pick them up quickly. I don't even know why I'm gathering all this. But I see a call. Sweet, it's unlocked. Alright, so in third person, like you can't interact with the vehicle. So you want to switch it into first. You got the ignition. Check the glove box. Sweet. %10 chance to hotwire it. No. Huh. Now the driving physics aren't horrible. Kind of reminds me of e-brake action. Well impressed. Leave a like if you were impressed. So apparently this car pigs out at 45. Now, I did see a zombie crawling. Now, honestly, I have not gotten to explore the map a whole lot. If I was intelligent, excuse me, lady. You're scratching my paint. I do not have alcohol in the cup. Yeah, the ragdoll is actually pretty interesting. I think they did a pretty good job on that. And again, as you guys see all this, just a reminder, there's like 2 developers. Yeah, see this? This is the only part that kind of messes with me. Now, if the zombies get behind, like if they get behind you or in front of you, they can actually keep you from moving. They also have like U-Haul van type thing, and if you get it, if you happen to get into one of those trucks and a zombie gets on the back of the door while you're inside it, pretty much won't be able to. There's been a couple of garages I couldn't park the car. Yeah. Like, it's pretty detailed. Of course, you got your headlights. Excuse me, I'm trying to do a demonstration. Excuse me. I will sign autographs after the demonstration. Actually, perfect, thank you. See, I've got it floored. And because they caught me while I'm stopped, I can't go forward. And you see they're pretty good at keeping straight, so I guess we're going to have to get out and handle this one. I really was hoping to find a medical situation now. So I've got a deep wound, and I have found absolutely nothing to do with it. So we're bandaged. Bad laceration. Well, it's their fault, right? They're the ones that were messing with me. Seriously? Oh, sorry. Trying to park my car. So yeah, if you're into base building, stuff like that, fishing, y'all are just, y'all gonna kill me before I can get my demonstration. Now, I also don't like how your person constantly puts your weapon away. Be nice to keep it. That's the right thing. Alright. Back first person. Believe me. Now, there is PvP. So, when you have the key, you can actually take the key out so that nobody can switch cars. Are we really just going to be harassed the whole time? The door is locked. So again, here's you some lock picking system. Again, that reminds me of Fallout. for that much. Now, I've never had the chance to do this, so it does look like. It's effective. That's getting a little click happy. Give yourself a little scrub. It's not going to help with the infection. Horrible. That would have been good to keep, but I got a feeling Home Dude's going to die unless they can find medicine. One thing I do like is how it tells you what you can use, and it has a quick use button. Pretty awesome. I think that'll keep us from immediately dying. We were losing it. It does have the being able to read stuff and learn new abilities, skills at least, level up your skills. Now what's interesting is I have found there's actually some movies that you can find and watch on the TV because this does take place in a more modern day. That'll help, right? Oh yeah, the smell system. So say you find a random container, you're not sure if it had water or gas or whatever in it. You can smell it and it'll tell you. Here, you're surviving. Appear to be okay with this in a lot of things. So there is crafting. You can disassemble pretty much everything. You can chop the trees down, make planks, that kind of system. There's also fishing. Oh, let's do it. But I really do think you guys should give this a try. Show the developers some love. These are definitely the kind of developers that we need. These indie developers lately have just been kind of knocking it out of the park. Again, I'm a huge fan of Project Zomboid, BattleBit, a couple of other indie type games. So we really need to keep these developers doing their thing. These bigger developers lately have been kind of disappointing me. So I really want to start showing some love on this channel to the indie developers. As I know, not everybody is aware of Project Zomboid. So I may do a little review like this for Project Zomboid. May not sound the most interesting, but if you can imagine like The Sims in a zombie outbreak, basically this. Pretty much exactly this, but with more of a Sims kind of layout. That team has been kicking a lot of butt too. So I want to support them and this developer. So again, if I remember correctly, it's just 2 people that are working on this game, and I am just thoroughly impressed. I can't tell you guys how awesome I think this is. I haven't gotten to spend a ton of time with it yet. As you can see, I'm still learning the map and everything, and I'm sure they're just going to continue to add to it as time goes on. So don't want to waste too much of your time. Originally, I was going to play this for about an hour, but I think if I try to do that, I'll get into way more than I really wanted to, and leave you guys with more questions than answers. So honestly, just as a quick little review, I highly recommend that you give this a try. If you like more little first impressions, things like that over indie games, or the rest of the year, honestly, there is nothing but awesome games coming out. I am extremely excited for the rest of the year. I'm gonna... Oh, shocked myself. That's pretty dope. Can we try it again after failing? Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna dip my toe back into the COD world. I haven't played any of those in forever. So there's another one coming out. Can I kill myself doing this? Huh. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Oh, almost. So yeah, again, I'm gonna go ahead and probably cut it off here. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, I really do appreciate it. Leave a like, sub for more reviews of these indie games. Again, this is free. It's a demo on Steam. It's called Vein, V-E-I-N. This is Naxit. Wishing you guys a wonderful day, and let's see what happens at the end of this world. Do you take damage? Yes, you do. Have a wonderful day, everybody.